So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll slowly start. So please take your coffee and take a seat, and we will be glad to start our day, which is, as you see on the program, quite full and long. So let me start by introducing myself. My name is Wojciech Zaryba. I'm cardiologist, professor of cardiology at University of Rochester. I'm involved in clinical research on cardiac arrhythmia, sudden death for 38 years already, and 28 out of them at University of Rochester, focusing, among other things, on long QT syndrome. It's my pleasure that we have you here, and I would like to welcome you all, especially since we have right now 40th anniversary of the International Long QTS Registry, which was established in 1979 by Dr. Arthur Moss, and we'll be speaking a little bit more about it in one of the next talks. And this registry is really a very monumental effort which really contributed significantly to major advancement in the field. If you think about rare disease like long QT syndrome, you may eventually know that it occurs in 1 per 2,500 patients, more or less, or people. If you think about average practice of family doctor, they probably see 2,500 patients. So altogether, if you think about statistics, they may see only one patient with long QT if they are lucky. So it's not surprisingly that single physician will not have significant experience in such disease. This is why in rare disorders, those kind of registries are extremely important. And you are aware, obviously, of a number of other registries. As I mentioned to some of you yesterday, we have 7,000 rare diseases, and in the United States, there are 30 million people affected by 7,000 diseases. We don't talk much about it because there are small groups, but this is really a major problem which we need to attack one at a time, most of the time. So let me stress that during today's seminar, we will be talking a lot about the registry. And the registry wouldn't be possible without your tremendous help, contribution in form of your information coming to us, information about your diagnosis, about your treatment, about your devices, about your kids, about your relatives. This is creating entire family tree, which allows us to evaluate how disease spreads in your family, how malignant it might be in terms of arrhythmic events, and therefore it's really extensively important. Let me therefore start with introducing our team here, and the first person I would like to introduce is Chris Cutter. Where is Chris? She is welcoming people downstairs. I will speak to her later on today. Chris is our manager of long QT, and many of you are in contact with Chris. Bonnie McKechnie, who is also downstairs, and Becky Horn, who unfortunately couldn't be here because she lost her father just a few days ago. And all of those people are in contact with you, whether by phone or by regular follow-up questionnaire, or these days also by email, and we very much appreciate their work, and we will speak about them when Chris Cutter will provide information about the registry to further extent. I would like to introduce also Professor Dr. Ilan Goldenberg, who is Director of Cardiovascular Clinical Research, who is with us working on long QT for 15 years, am I right? And he's currently director of the Clinical Cardiovascular Research Center. And in the back, we have Professor Charlie Lowenstein, who is division chief of cardiology, who came to us to greet us in the morning. Thank you, Charlie. And next to Ilan is Dr. Spencer Rosero, who is adult electrophysiologist and who is director of Inherited Arrhythmia Clinic. And many of you probably have chance to meet Spencer during various activities. We'll have two other physicians joining, Dr. David Huang, who is director of electrophysiology and also takes care of many long QT patients, and also Dr. Jeffrey Vinokur, who is pediatric electrophysiologist, who takes care of children with long QT at our place. So we will have full spectrum of people, and we schedule these talks to really address the most interesting, probably for you, topics, but we are definitely very open for any input from you. After each talk, there will be time for discussion, and thereafter, after lunch, we'll have pretty much an hour to really have open discussion, especially from you. And we will, at the end, have a lot of time also, and extra time if needed, to answer any additional questions. So this is pretty much what I wanted to stress. As you see in your folders, we not only have agenda, but also I put together 2 papers. One paper is by Long QT family about the Long QT developments, meaning family, because the paper which is with Catherine Lovengroup and Debbie Moss, these are daughters of Dr. Arthur Moss. David Moss is son of Dr. Moss, and Dr. Moss is at the end. So a couple of years ago, they wrote this very nice story about the development of long QT here at the University of Rochester, led by, obviously, Dr. Arthur Moss. So this will be nice, probably, history. And we put together some notes when Dr. Moss passed away in February of 2018, so you can read a little bit later. I will summarize certain very important contribution he made in my talks in a few minutes. But before we go toward this topic, I would like to invite Dr. Ilan Goldenberg to say a few words about our Clinical Cardiovascular Research Center and what we are doing and what we are planning to do will be later. Thank you.